Well, hello, this is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. If you are watching this video, you may have bought the Bible journaling subscription box from Scrap Affairs using the 13 Arts Book of Art Volume 1. Such a beautiful collection of papers, and you kind of get all the goodies from the past few ranges all in one. So for this layout in my Bible, in Psalm 23, which is a well-known psalm, I just wanted to really make it pretty, and I'm using an interleaved Bible. I cut out the tile pages, or page with the tiles on, and then I cut the corners diagonally so that I have an octagon, which is just a block with 8 sides. I didn't measure it out or anything like that. I really just kind of eyed it, and then I scribbled some gelato onto a non-stick surface, picked it up with a makeup foundation contour brush, and just edged the sides of these tiles. Next up, I am using this paper to trace the little lined ink drawn flowers and leaves, and I'm using a lettered embossing pen, which is a pen that has the same glue in or glue ink in that the embossing pad has, that you use with stamps. The only thing is with this one you can use your handwriting, or then like with this one, trace it onto trace paper. And I'm pouring over the gold embossing powder and heat setting it with a heat tool on the side. Remember that you can't use a hairdryer with this because it'll just disperse the powder everywhere, and you want it to melt onto the page. Next up, I'm cutting them out. When you cut them out, you need to cut them just to the side, because if you're cutting on that embossed melted powder area, it will crack eventually and start to come off the trace paper. Creating a little kind of tiled background here using those tiles that I cut out, and I'm sticking them kind of in a honeycomb fashion where the sides, the corner diagonal sides just don't touch, so there's space in between them, but they do follow the pattern where it kind of connects where those diagonal squares, diagonal cutoffs are, if that's the way you say it. So there's 8 tiles here, and I just stuck them 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, top to bottom, using some Tombow monoliquid glue. This is my favorite glue because it doesn't come off. It's very sticky, and it also doesn't leave an oily residue or any kind of residue even after prolonged times at the back of these fine Bible pages. Using a fan brush and some water, so a wet fan brush, picking up the leftover scribbled gelato and making some splatters across the background, both on the white space and the tiled image that I now kind of lay out there. Next up, I'm sticking my door to the top right. My girl is, top left. My girl is kind of facing the left, so I've got her kind of looking towards the door, if you understand what I'm saying. So if she was one of the other girls looking to the other side, you would have put the door on the other side so that you would be looking towards the door. Puppy noise. Sticking the flowers in the center, I am sticking putting the glue only in the center of the flower cutouts. This then ensures that I can still lift up off those edges to kind of tuck flowers in between and leaves in between. It creates a lot of dimension for you to use. When sticking the trace paper embossed flowers and leaves, only put the glue where the piece will be tucked under, or then on the thicker parts of the embossed areas, so that the glue won't be, remembering trace paper is see-through, and so that you won't see the wet glue on the top side of those flowers. So you'll see there, I just kind of stuck it there at the back, and then where there's that thicker cluster of embossing, I stuck it behind there so that you won't be able to see it on the top. Next up, I'm going to use my fine liner to just kind of draw the wisps in her hair that I cut off when I cut her out. I'm not that good at fussy cutting, so I didn't cut the wisps exactly, so I'm just drawing them in. and after that taking some alphabet stickers to spell out the words "He leads me" in one of the white spaces that I have at the top there. I'm not gonna let you watch me kind of, but I do want you to show you some stamp surgery. So I did take an L and an F to make the E on top of one another because I didn't have enough E's left of this one. I find that very challenging, always kind of running out of vowels with these alpha stickers. This is cut on vinyl, so it's a bit stronger and holds up a bit better when working with it. After that, I'm taking my Superfine, that's what the S is for on the back of these pens, Superfine Pit Artist pen. A Pit Artist pen is a bleed proof, waterproof pen, so it doesn't go through the page and it also doesn't move when it comes into contact with water. And I'm taking the verses of Psalm 23 and I'm kind of just writing them around these tiles in the white spaces and some around the flowers to kind of remember the words, but also to add some texture to the layout as it looks like a decorative element around it. But it also helps me to remember the words, like I said, because my hands are writing it, I'm seeing it, I'm reading it out loud, and all of that helps to put scripture to memory. After that, I'm going to take my vinyl stickers again and spell at the bottom. Vinyl alphabet stickers, spell at the bottom, I will dwell. And then I'm going to take my fine liner and write in the house of the Lord. And then taking a Tombow Fudensuke brush pen to right, I hope I said that right. It's such a hard word to say. Brush pen to write out the word forever. I'm doing the kind of cheat way of doing brush lettering by writing it out first and then kind of just thickening up the downstrokes of each letter. So where my pen would naturally kind of go down, I am pushing down on that brush pen to make the edge going down thicker. So it looks like brush lettering. This is a good time to practice your hand lettering. And it's a lot of fun. So taking some Nouveau crystal drops in pale gold, and I'm just adding little dots in various areas around the floral kind of decorative element. And with these Nouveau drops, remember to leave your layout open overnight so that it can set properly. I also took the leftover cut out door and cut it into a single door using that as a tab, and also added some Nouveau crystal drops onto that. And then calling it a page. This is my layout for the Scrap Affairs subscription box, Bible journaling box. And I'm loving the paper of 13 Arts. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it was such fun to create this. Thank you so much for watching it. The notes will also be included in this box if you don't watch this video. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.